Hi everyone, and welcome. Today, we're tackling a common but often confusing error message you might encounter when working with API routes. API resolved without sending a response for xxxx. This may result in stalled requests. This message can be a real head-scratcher, leading to unresponsive applications and frustrated users. We'll break down what it means, why it happens, and most importantly, how to fix it effectively so your APIs run smoothly every time. Understanding the error. Simply put, this message means your API route's code finished executing, but it never explicitly told the client anything back. Imagine a waiter taking your order in a restaurant, going to the kitchen, and then just standing there without bringing your food or telling you it's not available. Your client, like a hungry customer, is left waiting indefinitely, eventually timing out. The stalled requests part refers to exactly this waiting game, which ties up resources and slows things down. Common reasons why this happens. There are a few usual suspects behind this error. First, you might have simply forgotten to send a response. Every API route, without exception, must conclude by sending something back to the client. This could be res.send, res.json, res.end, or res.status.json. Second, conditional logic is a frequent culprit. You might have an if statement that sends a response, but the corresponding else block, or another if branch, doesn't. If the code path hits that non-responding branch, you get the error. Third, asynchronous operations often play a role. If you're fetching data from a database or an external API, and you don't properly await the result before attempting to send a response, your function might finish and exit before the data is even ready or a response is explicitly sent. The API route resolves before the actual work is done. Finally, unhandled errors can also cause this. If an error occurs within your API route before you've had a chance to send a response, and you don't have a try/catch block to gracefully handle it and send an error message, the function might just exit without a response. How to fix it? The good news is, fixing this error usually boils down to ensuring one crucial principle: always send a response. To achieve this, first, meticulously review all your API routes. Make sure every single possible execution path, whether it's an if-else or switch case, ends with a res.send, res.json, res.status.send, or similar response method. Second, for asynchronous code, always use async/await correctly. Ensure you await all promises. This guarantees that your function waits for the data to be ready before moving on and attempting to send a response. The response should only be sent after the asynchronous operation has completed. Third, implement robust error handling using try/catch blocks. If an error occurs within your API route, catch it. Then, inside your catch block, send an appropriate error response, like res.status 500.json error, internal server error. This provides valuable feedback to the client instead of leaving them hanging. Fourth, consider adding a default response at the very end of your function if no other specific response has been sent. While less ideal than explicit handling in all branches, it can act as a fallback. For example, res.status 200.json message, request processed, no specific response sent. However, it's always better to be explicit. By following these steps, you'll ensure your API routes always communicate clearly with the client, preventing stalled requests and improving your application's reliability. Thank you for watching and learning about this important API error. I hope this script helps you debug and build more robust applications. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like, leave a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more development tips and tutorials. Your support helps me create more content like this. See you in the next video.